Morning all. So what have we been doing since you last saw us on Monday? Well, we've been doing a lot of tidying up outdoors. It's spring and it's not going to wait for us. It's going to outgrow us if we're not careful. So Susie's been concentrating on keeping the potager tidy and she's been doing various bits of strimming. I've been doing some strimming. The other thing we've done is moved this bed. This was originally to my right, going parallel with the fence, but we've decided to move it here. So basically this is the start of our row of beds that we're going to put down there towards the camera and beyond. We were originally going to do 4 meters, but this bed happens to be 3 meters and it was made up from old wood from the barn. And actually, I think we quite prefer the 3 meters rather than 4. It just seems to give us a little bit more space. It's not so crammed in. So we're quite happy that we've moved it here. There is a reason we've moved it, and I'll let Suzie explain that a little bit later. So it didn't take long, 5 minutes to move it here, and then of course we needed to fill it. So what do we fill it with? Well, from our cesspit, obviously. No treasure this time, but a few of you were quite amused at the fact that we found a bottle of Sunsilk shampoo. I knew it was worth it. So we now have 2 raised beds ready to go, and all this pile we're slowly but surely chopping it up into kindling. It's not really worth doing anything else with, to be quite honest with you. Somebody thought it was quite amusing that I refer to these as raised beds, and it was all in good spirit. It wasn't a funny comment or anything. She did say lol at the end of it. So these will be raised. We will actually put a second layer on here. But right now we don't need to. We'll just stick to it as it is. But gradually, as I've said, this is a long-term project to put these beds down here. And then gradually what we'll do, we'll add a second layer on. The problem with adding a second layer on now is you need stuff to fill it with. And that's quite a gradual process as well. So as we trim branches off and end up with lots of shredding, that sort of thing, and compost, whatever, we can actually start to fill them gradually one by one. How long it'll take to do the whole lot, I don't know. So yeah, they will be raised because unfortunately we're not getting any younger. So the higher they get, the easier it will get. Anyway, enough of that. What are we going to do today? Well, I'm going to start the process of clearing a lot of these old rocks that are lying around. They're just randomly placed everywhere we go in this place. So I want to start clearing them. Some of them are going to end up in our cesspit, as we've already explained. How much more digging I'm going to do, I don't know. But I thought if I can put them on some sort of plastic sheeting or something and place them round there by the old toilet there, when I'm ready, I can just drop them in there. So I want to start that process. There's also a pile of rocks over there. There's also the old parking space for my van. Yeah, you may have noticed in recent weeks this doesn't seem to be moving very often. In fact, it doesn't move at all. But hopefully tomorrow we'll know what the problem is. We're hoping it's a battery and we should find out tomorrow. If it's a battery, brilliant, we can get a battery and it's up and running again. The problem is I've only been taking it on really short runs. Just to the Deux-Sèvres and an occasional trip into Thouars, and that doesn't do the battery any good, and gradually it's run down. I was continually charging it, but eventually they give up the ghost. So hopefully we'll find that out tomorrow, that is the case. So the problem with a flat battery is we've had to tow the van out of this space once or twice, and we thought, well, no, we can't do that anymore. So we got into the habit of parking it back up there. And the whole purpose of building this area, this used to be an old pond, by the way, not in our time, it was before that. We thought, well, we'll fill it in with lots of old debris that we've got, and then we can just park the van. And the van is then out of the way in this corner, doesn't get in the way of filming or anything like that. But unfortunately, like I said, we've had to tow it out a couple of times and I've been charging the battery. So we do want to put the van back on here. But of course, we've been using this as a dumping area as well. So we want to try and clear this space, hopefully get the van sorted out. The van can come down here and then we're back up and running again. So whilst I'm doing all that today, Suzie has been weeding this over the last day or so, but we're actually going to create a little rockery here. And the lay of the land is absolutely perfect for that, because there's a slight slope coming this way, but it also slopes that way. So we're going to make a little rockery, just little steps of stones, these rocks, etc. And then we'll infill with lots of little plants. So I think this will look like a nice little area. So that's what Susie's going to concentrate on today, getting this set up. I'll obviously have to help her if she wants any big stones in there, because some of these are really, really heavy. But I just think this will pretty up this area, really. It'll look nice. But not only have we been dumping all these rocks here over the past year or so, we've also been accumulating lots of old metal that we found. What the value of this, we don't know, but we've been accumulating it, so we'll take it down to the dump and get it weighed in. We might get some money back for it. So what I'm going to do is, in preparation for my van gloriously working again one day, I'm going to put all this in the back of the van, and again, that will tidy that up. Right, let's get on with it. I need my green truck. Obviously sprayed something gold on this. There's a shot. Now on my way back there, I've just had a really cool idea. And it involves this crowbar. Right, hold on, before we go any further. Now I didn't think I'd be able to move that granite. I thought it'd be far too heavy, but I was able to slide that. So if I can remove this mound here in front of it and slide this off, as it goes over the edge, it will tip up. And then I can probably tip it over on its other side. And because we've often wondered, because these were from the cemetery, we're pretty certain of that. There's no reason to disbelieve that, but we're wondering if there's anything carved on them. But we've never been able to move them or thought that. So yeah, I'm going to clear all that, and then shall we have a look? Here we go. Here we go. Right.
Baxter. What?
Yeah, it's in these.
They haven't buried the whole kitchen floor under there, have they?
I don't know, but I suspect...
I'm sure there's a load of stuff buried under here, but...
Well, it is all piled up, but...
Yeah.
I was going to slide this off, but I'll have to dig a bit, make sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know where it's come from.
Oh. Well, maybe we can reuse those somewhere.
Well, I think so.
Well, you know, when we get rid of the oil tank, we don't know what the floor's like under there.
No, we don't know what colour these are, but yeah, they're worth keeping, because even if they just go in front of a doorway, as
yeah,
you know, a separation in the rooms or something.
Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
I thought life was going to be a bit easy today.
No, it's always 2 steps forward and 1 back.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll see what else. In fact, I can see some more there.
Can you? Oh.
Okay. Right, I don't want to tip that over and hide them.
No.
Because they could be there years.
Okay.
Right, okay. Do you want a bit of a hand over there with the metal?
No, I'm just going to vacuum the van out.
Okay, thank you. Chicken wire. So let's just have a quick recap. I mean, remember the object of the exercise was to have a quick tidy up. Okay, so this is the part of the wall Suzie was talking about the other day, and you'll see it's narrower than the rest, which is why we've always been suspicious about it. And of course it's right in front of these stones, and right in front of now what looks like possibly a path. We don't really know. Right, well, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, because what I thought was going to be a quick job, just picking up a few loose little stones, is obviously turning into something a bit more major. So these stones look really thin. They're like slabs. In fact, there's one here, which I dug up, which was actually on top of these. They look quite deliberately, you know, square edges, really flat. Put that over there. So, is this a path? I don't know. We really don't know. I mean, there could be various reasons why that part of the wall's different. It could have previously collapsed and they've just built it, but not as sturdy as the rest of the wall. Somebody in the comments suggested maybe there was a tree too near it and it's moved it. That's possible. Or was it an opening of some sort, and therefore is this a path towards that opening? I don't know. I mean, the soil here is probably 2.5 to 3 feet above the floor, the road outside, because the road slopes down, goes downhill. So good 2.5 feet above the road, I would have thought. So it would need to be stepped down. I don't know, but I think the next thing when I've had a cup of coffee is I'm going to dig that way to see if this is a path going that way. And these, we were told by the previous owner these were from the cemetery, these stones. And obviously at some point we just assumed a farmer with his tractor had popped them over the wall, and didn't really think too much of why they put them here. It was obviously the convenient place to put them, but perhaps if there was a path of some sort here, the owner just said, well, you might as well put it on the path. We don't use it anymore. We don't know. But I've just shown Suzie, and of course, yeah, psychic Suzie, she's done it again. She knew there was something here. It's a bit worrying, really. I wonder if she can read my thoughts. Yeah.
I don't want to worry you, but the path seems to be going that way. It could go up to the doorway. But the tree is in the way.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on.
If anyone fancies coming and doing some excavating, feel free. I still haven't dug out all the pathway by the bread oven.
No.
Or it could be a whole courtyard.
Yeah, there's some more.
Tiles.
No, I think that's stone.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, I'm going to take that barrow around.
No. They may be just the stones they lay on top of the grave or something.
Yeah, I think they are.
Nice piece of granite though.
Yeah. So, we didn't create a rockery.
No.
We didn't explain why we moved that bed in the potager. And we've ended up with more stones than we started with.
And I haven't done any weeding for the rockery.
There you go. Best laid
But we
plans.
did move the metal out the way.
Yeah, we've done that, and we've at least moved one of these stones, which wasn't part of the plan at the beginning of the day. Anyway, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
What are we making of this so far? There's no writing or carving on any of these two faces, so...
Nice bit of granite though.
Nice bit of granite.
Just right for some steps.
Yeah. So what are we thinking about all these other stones? Do they go off?
I don't know, because that outbuilding over there, the other side you dug and it was cobbled, we think for the pigs or something.
Yeah.
But is there a path going to there? Because it seems to be going that way. Did they take the animals out the gate here into the meadow?
Maybe. So maybe this is all cobbled under here with these stones, because they're definitely there for a reason. They've been laid for a reason, and they're quite thin and flat. And they're, you know, I don't know.
I'm just wondering, when we take the stones out here to put a gate in, whether there's some hinges left in there.
No idea, darling.
So it'd be nice when we get these out the way.
Yeah, don't know. Anyway, I hope you like digging videos, because you might see one or two more.
I'm glad it's not raining.
Oh, best laid plans. Right. Well, I think on that note, that's probably it.
Yeah, we'll carry on.
We'll carry on. So thank you for watching.
So that's part 1.
I think it is part 1. I think part 2 and 3 and 4 might follow this.
Yeah. It could take some time.
It could. At least we didn't find a dead body.
A bit like the pissoir, cesspit.
Cesspit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to take a while longer. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.